back out on the bike. And yeah, we're going to do a bit more vlogging. We're actually going to talk a little bit more about Star Wars Battlefront, because over the last couple days, let me take this really cruddy turn. Oh my god. This road is awful. This is what it's like in New York State, for the most part, just about everywhere you go, after a bad winter, after any winter. The roads are horrendous. They get better, I promise you that. There's another reason not to ride crotch rocket. Anyways, as I was saying, Battlefront. Yeah, we got a couple more bits of information that have sparked some controversy amongst the community. The two biggest ones being 40 player count, supposedly, so we're going to be locked to 40 players. And also the fact that the AT-AT, the giant four-legged walker, is going to be an on-rails system similar to what has been done with the AC-130 in Battlefield 4. So there's a lot I have to say about this, how I feel about this. And that's what we're going to talk about today. I actually want to see if I can't stop. We'll see if I'm arrested. There's no gate anymore. So yeah, I guess let's go ahead and start off with the AT-AT thing. Basically, my opinion on this is I want to play it. I don't really want to bash them right away, having not played it. I want to see how it pans out, you know? One of the devs was quoted on Reddit saying freedom doesn't equal fun, and I completely agree with that. I think we'll have to see where that goes and how that pans out, you know, and how everything goes down. I really just want to play it for myself. I'm not ready to just dismiss DICE as a game developer, you know, despite the mistakes that they've made. I really want to see what they do with that, how that system works out, and if they can't, you know, make it work. You know, at the end of the day, I think we'll all know when we play it, like, oh, this sucked. On-rails wasn't the way to go. They could have done something, you know, this wasn't it. So I just want to play. I'm not ready to smash that just yet. I could see where that could go wrong, giving player full control over the AT-AT. So, you know, I'm kind of going to take DICE's word on this until I actually get my hands on it. You know, I'm really not ready to just start, you know, destroying this game, seeing it's a complete failure. But what we're doing right now is driving through a location that probably has a lot of nails, which isn't too intelligent. Anyways, this is a skate park that I grew up with. My teen years, my late teen years, were spent at the skate park, and there used to be an outdoor paintball field over there where I played a lot of tournament speedball, actually. They had an airball field and everything. That building never got completed. So the skate park was open. They opened the paintball field. The paintball field got shut down. The skate park barely stayed open. Was supposed to get expanded, never did. And then they started that building, which was supposed to be a pro shop for paintball and skating and, you know, BMX, all that stuff. Never happened, basically because New York State likes to tax people in every single way. And they slapped them with a monthly fine, a monthly fee, I should say, not a fine, just for being near the highway like that, which is ridiculous. There was never any incidents of paintballs or bicycle parts or limbs flying into the throughway and causing someone to die. But that's New York State for you. They love to drive small businesses, big businesses, any business out of town, because why not? We'll just have an empty parking lot instead. You tell them angry about it? Just a bit. So, back on topic, AT-AT, we'll see, you know? I'd like to think that DICE is going to make a good choice there. Yes, they've made mistakes in the past, but they still know more about making games than I do. And I'd like to think that they've put this into testing and that they've come to that conclusion for a good reason. Now, hopping over to the 40-player thing, this is something I have a strong opinion on because it carries throughout any multiplayer experience. Larger numbers don't always mean better experiences. Plain and simple. You know, I highly doubt DICE was like, yeah, just pick a number out of a hat. We'll build the entire game around that. That's how people, I imagine, DICE talks as well. Because people really don't like DICE at this point, you know. I can just see people doing that, like being convinced that they picked a number out of a hat and they built the experience around it. No, I can assure you that there was probably a lot of testing and a lot of, you know, Q&A and a lot of just game sessions that helped them get to that number. They didn't just say 20 versus 20 because it sounded good. You know, it had to be because that was the sweet spot they felt. That's what I would hope, as a game developer, that's what they have done. And again, I'm just not ready to bash that yet, you know? I'm not ready to just, like, sick them. I would be more worried if they had announced that they were going to do this really extensive DLC plan that was really highly priced. You know, there's so little we know about the game. So just go on and fully just start annihilating the developers and, you know, saying they don't listen to the community and all this is absurd, you know? And I think a lot of people are taking feedback from Battlefield 4 and trying to tie it directly into Battlefront, and I don't think that's right. They're not the same game. I understand they're being built by the same dev, and, you know, there are characteristics that I'm sure the devs want to keep from the Battlefield series into the Battlefront series now, but I don't think it's right to just expect all of the complaints you had in Battlefield 4 to somehow be addressed and taken care of in a different game. That just sounds silly to me. So we're gonna have to see how that all pans out. Like I said, I really would like to hope they have a little bit more confidence in their decision making. But at the end of the day, I could be completely wrong and they could screw it up, and everyone who is saying that they're the devil and they're just gonna burn this game to hell could be 100% right. But again, I really think that it's silly just to cast dice into the ocean and cast Battlefront into the ocean of doubt immediately. I'm gonna give him a chance. I'm gonna let myself experience this game in person, you know, play it and see what's up with it. I'm just not ready. Just not ready, man. I don't like to have that mentality about anything. I'm not gonna hype the crap out of this game either, though, and be like, man, no, they know exactly what they're doing. They're gonna pull this off. It's gonna be the best experience, best Star Wars experience ever. I know I'm not saying that at all. I still think that their decision in not including space battles was silly, and I think that a lot of that comes down to time constraints. You know, they can say, we wanted to focus on planetary battles, but I think more of it was time and money constraints, you know, hands down, no doubt. So that to me was, you know, that's something that does upset me, because that's, you know, that's a for sure. We know it's just not going to be in the game. And to me, not having it at all, yes, maybe because of the budget and the time constraint, it was a better decision to just focus on one thing than to have two things that would have been mediocre because of the budget. But I think it would have been nice to have a part of me know that EA wasn't holding them back by, you know, really limiting the release date of this game exactly 1 year before the release of The Force Awakens. There's obviously a lot of limitations that are going to be going down with this game because of this whole partnership with Lucas, you know, with the Star Wars, with Disney. I mean, there's just no other way about that. It's definitely going to affect the way this game is developed, the way the series is developed over the next 10 years, and that's a scary thing, to know that these decisions are actually being made because of a lot of other constraints, you know, apart from the actual game development. So that's upsetting. And if, you know, we do end up having a lot of issues with the game throughout the years, its development cycle, because of that, that'll be a big negative, you know. Whereas right now the pubs and the people with the money are looking at it like, this is a great partnership. This is going to be wonderful. We'll be able to release new DLC when the films come out, and a new game when the film comes out, and we're just, man, money, money, money. And maybe there's even a part of them like, Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars. This could be good. We'll really have to see. We're just going to have to wait and see. Obviously, if the community wants to throw their feedback at the developer and the publisher right now, I don't see anything wrong with that. You know, you guys want to complain about things and want to try and get things changed before the game launches. Hey, at least we would know they were listening if that was the case. So again, you know, definitely no negatives there. Reach out, talk to the devs, complain, do what you gotta do. Come on! Long as I ever. Alright guys, I don't really have much else I want to talk about, you know? Just a big uproar with Battlefront already. It's kind of upsetting to already see the devs having so many negative waves thrown at them. As someone who creates things, you know, I know that can be very disheartening. To just have people bash the hell out of a product before they even got a chance to play it. I mean, people like to think that everyone is just the devil in the industry these days. No, these dudes are working probably crazy hours, 70 plus hours a week, no doubt. Yeah, they're making all right money, man, but they're working hard, all right? And even when you love something, working hard is still working hard, no doubt. And to see people saying so many negative things about a product that they might think is like, this is good, man. People are gonna love this. This light. I don't think it's changing because I'm on a motorcycle, and there's some lights actually in the state that do that. But you know, I think that sucks for them. I'd be very disheartened if I thought, like, dude, this is it, man. We've been making games for a while. This is gonna be good. People are gonna love this. And then before people even have played it, they're all like, oh, die, death. This sucks. Your game's terrible. You failed the DICE. So, best of luck to DICE. Don't get me wrong, I'll be there. I'll be there critiquing that game hardcore if it is bad. And if they do, you know, make a bunch of silly rookie developer mistakes in the end. looks like we're going this way. But I've got my fingers crossed that they'll pull it together, they'll give us something good. And I'm just gonna wait and see. Just gonna wait and see until I can play it for myself. And hopefully they can bring Star Wars back to video games in a big way. Let me know what you guys think about the whole situation. Throw your feelings and thoughts down in the comment section below. I'll see you in the next one. More lights. Red lights, red lights, red lights. We are going big ol'.